Hi there, Pisces. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. How are you today? I am well. I'm here doing your November 2016 monthly tarot reading. I'm using the Mystic Dreamer tarot deck. So let's just, whoa, get a sense of what's going on. Oh, I'm supposed to remind everyone to like, share, and subscribe. I truly appreciate anyone who subscribes to my channel. So please do know that, even though I don't say it. I don't want anyone to feel obligated. That's not what this channel is about, but I do get excited if I get a new subscriber, and I do appreciate it. Oops. Oh, geez Louise. Okay, they're just jumping out of the deck. Okay. So for a water sign, well, you have the moon and the Knight of Cups, but other than that, you don't have much water. And you have fire at the bottom of the deck, the Ace of Wands, the ultimate phallic symbol, the card of passion, of something sparking you, of igniting something within you, of motivation, inspiration, passion, all those types of things. So underlying, or coming into November, underlying this reading is the reignition of a part of you that may have been extinguished or just not, or dormant for whatever reason, that is starting to come alive again, to pick back up. I also have the Ace of Swords on the table, so some new beginnings coming in for you this month, and one of it is, I'd like to say, it's like getting your mojo back in some area, getting a spark for life, a enthusiasm that had been lacking recently. And for some of you, it may very well be a new relationship. So this is Knights I look at as change. Their energy is so strong that they create change in the suit they're in. So this is a change in emotions. So for some of you, I mean, it could go the other way. You could all of a sudden not like someone so much anymore, and it could come to an end. There is the Death card. So for some of you, a relationship that maybe wasn't really going so well may come to an end. But for many of you, there will be new passion, an influx of new passion and commitment and joy in a relationship. This side is telling the story of an ending of some sort. So the emotions are not feeling, they're confusing. Things don't seem as clear as they did anymore. There's uncertainty here where there wasn't before. So in some area, it's like your intuition is going, hey, red flags. Something's not quite right. This isn't working anymore. Are you really happy? I don't think you're happy anymore. I don't think things were the way you thought they were. And it's interesting, this Five of Swords has a big old moon in it. So it could be timing wise around the full moon, which I'm not sure when it is, probably the middle of the month. This is strife. This is winning at any cost. It's also a card about compromise. So there are something you have to know, what will you compromise, and what is not something that you're willing to compromise, and being very clear about that. Sometimes you draw a line in the sand and you realize you're both on the same side of the line. You want the same end goal, you just have different ways of going about it. Well, that's a situation when you really need to see if you guys can come to a compromise, because you do have the same end goal. But if you're on totally different pages, totally different sides about where things should go or you want it to go or what's an acceptable outcome, then sometimes, walking away is better than just staying in a situation that just doesn't feel right. Um, and it's And both of those cards are connected to this death card, the need for change and the need for moving on, the need for letting go of something that's no longer serving you. It's a card of transformation. So you're going to learn something valuable from this situation. You're going to learn what your limits are, what you will tolerate, what you will not tolerate, how you want to feel. Do you want to be in a situation where you don't know, things just don't feel right and you can't really get, some people you just can't put your finger on. You just never know, like, are they my friend? Are they not my friend? Like, you don't want to be around someone like that. You don't want to be in a job situation like that, like where things just don't feel right. You can't get a clear picture of what's going on. So establishing some boundaries, what you what you will and will not compromise on, and moving on from there, and moving forward. And it's going to serve you throughout the rest of your life. You're going to gain valuable wisdom. Whenever the major arcana cards are out, you gain a piece of wisdom in your lifetime of a wisdom that you can carry forward and that will serve you in other situations. Over here, though, we have, this is a card about messages coming in. It's a big card about messages of love and things happening it's a fast moving card. Things happen quickly. So it can be a little, what do I want to say? You can feel a little uneasy about it. It can produce anxiety, but it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So don't let your anxiety make you turn down a situation just because it happened a little quicker, a little bit out of control. It doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. I think for a lot of you, you have been pretty solid and grounded, and things haven't changed much for you in quite some time, and you're feeling pretty solid and steady. For some of you who've been single for a long time, this may feel out of your comfort zone. If you've been with someone for a long time, being single or you can feel out of your comfort zone depending on which direction this shift, or being in one job, being in one house, living in one area, whatever the change is, the shift in emotion which is causing this transformation, this change in you, these new opportunities coming in, it's going to be a big enough change and it's going to happen fast enough that it may feel a little make you feel a little uneasy, but that it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. And then there's going to be a real change in how you're thinking. Again, this Knight, a Knight of Swords, lots of energy. This is a very fast moving card. So you have things moving really fast on this side. It's like you come to this realization in some part that, like, I am not going to compromise on this, and this doesn't feel good, and I'm making a change. And that allows this opportunity to come in, and you're just cutting away all the bullshit you don't need. You're like sick of it. You just have your sword out this month and you're like, I'm done with this situation. I'm not tolerating this situation. That's gone. And you're just sort of cleaning house and pruning away all the dead weight that you don't need in your life. And you're seeing things super clearly. You're really focusing down to a very fine point of what you want, where you're going, what's important to you. You're just very crystal clear as you're leaving the month of November of what you stand for, what will you tolerate, and what you want. And by doing that, you're bringing in all this opportunity. Your other, well, you have three major arcanas, is the Hierophant. And he's the ultimate card of wisdom, the spiritual teacher. I feel like you guys are going to be your own spiritual teachers. Like you're going to have this this epiphany where you just sort of clean house and get rid of the clutter and get rid of anything that makes you feel uneasy that isn't serving you, and move forward with this new fresh way of looking at things. Just like, does this make me feel balanced and calm and good and spiritual and connected and balanced and happy? Or am I compromising my ideals, or is it making me feel uneasy? And you're just going to get rid of all that stuff that doesn't. If you meet someone, you're going to be clear that this is, you're going to know, and like, this is the person I want to be with, and you're going to go for it. You're going to be fired up about it. Here's what I want to do for a job. Here's where I want to live. And so even if you've been very steady and solid and stationary, that could be up for debate, for change, I guess is the right word I want to use this month. And I think it may surprise you. This may feel like, even though on some level you've been feeling like things were uneasy, things didn't feel right. Am I in the right job? Is this really what I want to do? Is this really where I want to live? Is this really who I want to be with? On some level, there were little red flags. Your intuition was trying to get your attention, and for whatever reason this month it gets your attention, and then it's like boom, all this things just start happening for you, and you're really fired up about it, and you're very clear about where you're going. This isn't chaotic. This is like laser focused. I know what I want to do, what I'm going to do, and you just start making it happen. That's a really cool energy for you guys. It's a, air and fire energy infusing itself into your life, and I think you're going to welcome it, because I think you've been wallowing around in this water of the moon, and I think you're ready for a change. It's time. This change, this death card, this transformation. So some people are going to be like, whoa, what's, like, some people are just not going to, they're just going to be like, what's going on with them? Like, they're almost going to think like something's wrong because they've decided, or even you had decided, like you were in this box of who you were. Like, this is Jennifer, and this is what she does, blah, 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 blah. And you have this checklist, boom, 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 boom. That's who I am. This is who I am. This is what people know me as. And by the end of the month, they're not going to be able to put you in a box anymore, because you're just going to be like, I am living for who I am and what I want to be deep down. And it may look very different than the persona that you or other people have created for you, but it's going to be very freeing and liberating once you get over the initial sort of panic and what the hell am I doing? This is happening so fast energy. And I pulled a card from, where's the daily guidance from your angels, and what'd you get? Time to go. Yeah, exactly. I don't think I've seen this card before. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of a new beginning, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. Exactly. There's a new cycle beginning. Yeah, this summed it up beautifully. They don't always do that, but I'll just leave it at that. So thank you so much for watching, for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.